ते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जायमुदीरयेत् शृण्वतो स कथा कृष्ण पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तन हृदयस्थो हि भद्राणि विधुनोति संसुतं नष्टप्रायशो भद्रेषु नित्यं भगवत सेवया भगवते उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणम्। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 22, Verse 40. Kristo Mahan Iha Bhavaranam अप्लवेशं सद्वर्गनक्रम् अशुखेन ते त्रिशन्ति तत्त्वं हरेर्भगवतो भजानीयमङ्घ्रिं कृत्वोदुपं व्यसनम् उत्तरादुस्तराणम्. Synonyms: Kusraha, troublesome; Mahan, very great; Iha, here in this life; Bhava Arnavam, ocean of material existence; Aplavasham, of the non-devotees who have not taken shelter of the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead; Satvarga, six senses; Nakram, sarks; Ashukhena, with great difficulty; Titrisanti, crossover; Tat, therefore; Tvam, you; Hare, of the personality of Godhead; Bhagavataha, of the Supreme; Bhajaniyam, worthy of worship; Angrim, the lotus feet; Krutva, making; Udupam, boat; Vasanam, all kinds of dangers; Uttara, crossover; Dustara, very difficult; Arnam, the ocean. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The ocean of nescience is very difficult to cross because it is infested with many dangerous sharks. Although those who are non-devotees undergo severe austerities and penances to cross that ocean, we recommend that you simply take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, which are like boats for crossing the ocean. Although the ocean is difficult to cross, by taking shelter of his lotus feet, you will overcome all dangers. Purport: material existence is compared herein to the great ocean of nescience. Another name of this ocean is Vaitarani. In that Vaitarani ocean, which is the causal ocean, there are innumerable universes floating like footballs. On the other side of the ocean is the spiritual world of Vaikuntha, which is described in Bhagavad Gita, Ida 20, as paras tasmatu bhavo anyaha. Thus, there is an ever existing spiritual nature which is beyond this material nature. Even though all the material universes are annihilated again and again in the causal ocean, the Vaikuntha planets, which are spiritual, exist eternally and are not subject to dissolution. The human form of life gives the living entity a chance to cross the ocean of nescience, which is this material universe, and enter into the spiritual sky. Although there are many methods or boats by which one can cross the ocean, the Kumaras recommend that the king take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, just as one would take shelter of a good boat. Non-devotees who do not take shelter of the Lord's lotus feet try to cross the ocean of nescience by other methods, karma, jnana, and yogas. But they have a great deal of trouble. Indeed, sometimes they become so busy simply enjoying their troubles that they never cross the ocean. There is no guarantee that the non devotees will cross the ocean, but even though they manage to cross, they have to undergo severe austerities and penances. On the other hand, anyone who takes to the process of devotional service and has faith that the lotus feet of the Lord are safe boats to cross that ocean is certain to cross very easily and comfortably. Prithu Maharaj is therefore advised to take the boat of the lotus feet of the Lord to easily cross over all dangers. Dangerous elements in the universe are compared to sharks in the ocean. Even though one may be a very expert swimmer, he cannot possibly survive if he is attacked by sharks. One often sees that many so called swamis and yogis sometimes advertise themselves as competent to cross the ocean of nescience and to help others cross. But in actuality, they are found to be simply victims of their own senses. Instead of helping their followers to cross the ocean of nescience, such swamis and yogis fall prey to Maya, represented by the fair sex, women, and others devoured by the sharks in that ocean. Verse 41. Maitreya स एवं ब्रह्मपुत्रेण कुमारेणात्ममेधसा दर्शितत्मा गति सम्यक् ऋषयोवाच तं नृपः. Synonyms. Maitreya Uvacha. The great sage Maitreya said, Saha the king, Evam thus, Brahmaputrena by the son of Lord Brahma, Kumarena by one of the Kumaras, Atma Medhasa, well versed in spiritual knowledge. Darsita being shown, Atmagatihi spiritual advancement, Samyak completely, Prashasya worshipping, Vacha said, Tam unto him, Ripaha the king. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The great sage Maitreya continued, being thus enlightened in complete spiritual knowledge by the son of Brahma, one of the Kumaras was complete in spiritual knowledge. The king worshipped them in the following words. Purport. In this verse, the word Atma Medhasa is commented upon by Sripad Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura, who says that Atmani means unto Lord Krishna. Paramatmani, Lord Krishna is Paramatma, Ishvara Parama Krishna. Brahma Samhita 15.1. Therefore, one whose mind is acting fully in Krishna consciousness is called Atma Medha. This may be contrasted to the word Grihamedhi, which refers to one whose brain is always engrossed with thoughts of material activities. The Atma Medha is always thinking of Krishna's activities in Krishna consciousness. Since Sanat Kumara, who was a son of Lord Brahma, was fully Krishna conscious, he could point out the path of spiritual advancement. The word Atmagati refers to that path of activities by which one can make progress in understanding Krishna. End of purport. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे Hare Krishna, dear devotees. I am seeking blessings from all the assembled Vaishnavas. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to read Srimad Bhagavatam to purify myself. I'll just summarize both the verses 40 and 41. So, what verse 40 says that this material world is like an ocean and it's very difficult to cross over it because there are so many dangerous sharks. These sharks are the material miseries. Without the help of Lord Krishna, it's very difficult to cross this ocean. So, Harim Binana Mrityam Taranti, one cannot conquer death without taking shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Like we see in this material world, there are jailers, they provide food, blankets, and other necessities to the prisoners, but they cannot help them to get out of the jail. Similarly, demigods are like the jailers or jail keepers. They can't help us to get out of this material world. We may think like why Lord created this material world, like why we cannot live in peace, why we're suffering in this material world. So actually, when we suffer, it creates a desire to get out of this world. We, the jivas, are actually, Krishna has three different energies. We know that is the internal energy or spiritual energy, external energy or material energy, and marginal energy. So that's known as the Tatastha Sakti. So we, the jivas, are actually marginal potency of the Lord. So we have a choice why we have to understand that why we come under the marginal potency or the marginal energy of Krishna, because we have a choice whether to be Krishna conscious or Maya conscious. Because of our rebellious activity or rebellious nature, envious nature towards Krishna, we are in this conditioned life and we're in this material world. So that's like we always try to enjoy. We, because of that enjoying mentality, we think we are the master, but that's not the fact. Fact is Krishna is the supreme angel, Bhoktaram Yajnatapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. So if we, it is our choice whether we want to face towards Krishna or towards Maya. When, as we are part and parcel of Krishna, we are eternal, and we, if we face towards Krishna, we, like we are under Krishna's spiritual energy, and when we face Maya, we are under his the material energy. So this material world is a place to cleanse our desires. Because of some desire, we came to this material world, and this material world give an opportunity to cleanse the desires. So the moment we, sometimes we may think like, why I should align my desire with Krishna's desire. So the moment we align our desires with the will of Lord, our freedom increases. In this material world, all living beings are giving trouble to each other. Sometimes we have seen the ecosystem or the food chain. We see like, one animal is eating another. So one is the food for another one. So in this material world, like those who are, those who are weak, they are like getting trouble from the strong people. Strong people again getting troubles from the stronger than them. So actually, when we think we are getting punishments in this material, and we think like Krishna is giving us all these punishments. Punishments are actually not given by Krishna, it's our own mischief activities. Let's say one example, one kid fail in exam in school, and the parents go and blame the principal of school. But we know principal has nothing to do, he or she even don't know what the kid is doing in the class. Principal, and then under so many other employees, then the teachers are the one who are like, who know what the kid is doing. Even the kid himself or herself is responsible for her, like if is failing or passing. So principal has nothing to do with his marks. Or in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Matra sparsastu kaunteya sitasna sukha dukkhada agama paino nitya samtiksava bharata. So we have to tolerate the so-called happiness and miseries of material world and engage ourselves in the service of the Lord. In that way, we can cross the ocean, because happiness and the happiness we're getting in material world, actually the so-called happiness, and happiness and all the miseries, they come and go, like how like summer and winter comes and goes. So they are not they're not permanent, they are temporary things. And this material world is temporary, this body is temporary, money and whatever, like our relatives, everything is temporary. But we are fortunate that we got this human form of life, so we can perform bhakti without um, so we can perform bhakti. So without Krishna's mercy, we cannot cross this material ocean. So we sometimes, like we think we are the managers, we are the owners, we are CEO of some company, like we think we are so great, but we don't know that this universe is like a mustard seed, and there are so many universes. And like I few days back, I read in Chaitanya Charitamrita that there is a bag full of mustard seeds. So from that, we have to understand how insignificant we are and how great Krishna is. So once we understand we are not this body, we are the soul, and what is our real identity? That Jiva Swarupa Krishna Nitya Das. We are the servant, we are not the master, we are not the angel. Then all our problems become tiny. And once we align our desires with Krishna's desires, also, all our problems become tiny. So material people, they board actually the stone boat. Gyanis, they even don't try to board any boat because they think they will swim by their own meditation. The devotees always take shelter of Krishna's lotus feet. We have got this bhakti boat. Oh, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 14, verse 58. It says, समश्रिताय पदपल्लवप्लावं महत्पदं पुण्येश मुरारे अभवं बुद्धिर्वत्सा पदं परं पदं 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 यद्विपदं न तेषां, which means for those who have accepted the boat of the lotus feet of the Lord, who is the shelter of the cosmic manifestation and is famous as Murari, the enemy of the Muradiman, the ocean of the material world, is like the water contained in a calf's footprint. Their goal is Parampadam Vaikuntha, the place where there are no material miseries, not the place where there is danger at every step. And we sing like many times this one Bhaja Hure Mana. So we sing the third stanza like Ye dhana yavana putra parijana ite kiyache parati tire kamala dala jala jivana tala mala bhajahu bhajahu hari pade ni tire. So, what it says that what assurance of real happiness is there is all of one's wealth, youthfulness, sons and family members. This life is like it's stuttering like a drop of water on a lotus petal. Therefore, you should always serve and worship the divine feet of Lord Hari. With that, I'd like to stop here. Thank you again for giving the opportunity to read Srimad Bhagavatam to purify myself. Vanchakalpataruveshya kripa sindhu patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavi